Hey YouTubers, I made a tool I want to show you for a friend of mine. He's into building guitars. I know nothing about guitars except I like the music they put out, but the fret wire has to be bowed before it's smashed down into the grooves in the neck. And he showed me a couple presses online that people have, or that you can buy, so we sort of duplicated it out of just some odds and ends that I had. I don't know what this adjusting mechanism was for, but it didn't have any of the spring or the knob or the locking tab. This is a pulley off of a garage door cable. These are pulleys out of a wheelbarrow wheel. So they are fastened on the back side of that plate, which is welded to this belt tensioner. So it had some kind of a notch belt. Matter of fact, here's the old notch belt pulley, but yet it wasn't for a car's timing belt. I think it had to do with motorized garage doors. I was going to use it for belt tensioners for a motorbike, but I've got so much junk I couldn't use it all in the rest of my days. So he wanted this thing built. You clamp the fixture down to the workbench. See if I can do this with one hand. Hell yeah. Never let it be said old JD couldn't do it. Alright, then you take your fret wire, which has a little, it's like tongue and groove. It's got a little bitty groove on the, or deal on the bottom of it. I don't know exactly where my camera is, but that little ridge, you turn it with that ridge pointing straight up, and you set it on this roller and feed it through till it climbs up on the other roller, and you push it through and pull it back a couple times. Gives it a little bit of squish. If that ain't enough, you loosen this jam nut, pull it back to the very beginning, put a little more tension on it, pushes this middle idler down deeper in the valley, lock the tensioner so you got a baseline for if you need to make more of them, which I know they got a boatload of them on a neck of a guitar, but there again, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to try to. Poke it through, run it through, and it gets a little more curve to it. And you just keep doing that until you got the right amount of curve to it. That tongue on the bottom of it has little bitty barbs crimped into it that bite in the grooves in the neck. So it's a little bit overkill, except for the top pulley, and it's actually underkill. But the one I had that had a real good groove in it was this idler off a riding lawnmower, and it would stick out too far. So skinny was the way to go. Now we may end up, if it don't work right, we may end up having somebody with a skinny blade cut a groove in this idler here and use it, because it's precise. It doesn't have any wobble. The garage door pulley has a little bit of side action, but that shouldn't make any difference on the up and down. It has no up and down to it. It's the same throughout. And I was going to put a crank on it to crank it through, but it's so easy just to pull it by hand that there really ain't no need to do no more. But it ain't a motorbike, but it's going to go on the motorbike channel because the rigging is what I'm all about. I'd rather rig than eat, and I'm hungry all the time. Alrighty, John's Motorized Bicycles on YouTube's where all this junk is. Oh, what do we have here? Let's see, what is this? What is this? I can't imagine what that's all about. This can't, oh well. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.